everybody, and welcome back to another On the Table video, guys. So, what have I been doing so far? Firstly, let me apologise for the weird sporadic gaps in videos. Work has got me working really weird shifts. They're giving me like 3 days off, and then I'm in for like 10 days in a row, and then in for 3 days off, then in for 10 days in a row, and it's really hard to plan my kind of like personal life around that, because it's sometimes 10, sometimes 8 days off. It's really weird, guys, but hopefully things get back to normal now, so I can continue producing videos on a regular schedule. But anyway, guys, what are we going to be looking at today? So, for those of you that have been enticed by the thumbnail, yes, indeed, guys, I have turned a Stormcast Eternal into... I'll show you in a little bit. But basically, guys, this is something that I did ages ago. I actually did this like at the beginning of lockdown, and I completely forgot. I posted it on the Instagram, but I realised a great many of you don't follow me on the Instagram, which you should do, guys. The link is in the doobly-doo down below. In fact, I'll go and wait a few seconds whilst you go and give me a cheeky little follow. Okay, cool. So, now that you've successfully followed me on Instagram, you can see all the amazing things that I post up in my personal life and in my hobby-related life as well. But anyway, I digress. So, I have made something really cool. I basically made a new tech priest. I was kind of making a stand-in for Daedalus, whatever you want to say, and I think I showed you this guy a while ago. This like old, decrepit-looking tech priest, and whilst he's cool, he didn't look epic enough, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I just think he looks a little bit too weedy, a little bit too haggard. I wanted something totally badass, and I've had loads of Stormcast Eternals knocking around in my bits box for quite a while. So I decided, I know what I'll do. I'll try and make a tech priest out of them, because they have robes, they have somewhat ornate looking armour. Let's give it a go. And this is what I came up with. Look at this beast! This guy looks like he's straight out of 90s Marvel. Absolutely fantastic looking model. I am very, very pleased. Like, this is the first part of like major conversion work that I've done for quite a while, and he turned out absolutely sublime. So, what did I do for starters? It's difficult to actually remember what I did to him. So I started first by ripping his by ripping his head out. So I twisted the head off of him. I replaced it with a Cataphren Destroyer head, half machine, half flesh. It looks really cool, especially with the green and red eye lenses in there. I then snipped the arms off, and I was able to snip the arms off and carve them out pretty much flat. So we had a flat join there, and we also had a flat joint under here, and that gave me two reasonable surfaces to mount additional or other types of arms on. So, first and foremost, we'll address the elephant in the room, which is this massive fuck-off gun right here. This gun I have had in my bits collection for probably the best part of 15 years, and I never knew what it was from until someone on Instagram pointed it out. It's actually from a Space Crusade Dreadnought, and it's really cool to be able to like feature this cool weapon on a newer miniature. So I added this little bit at the bottom just to make it look a little bit more techy, a little bit more like it's some kind of laser cannon or rad cannon, but that fits basically flat to flat on the area that I shaved down. The next arm, I mean, it just looks so good. The way he's positioned is just ultimate badass. Like, you know, you would not want to tangle with this hench as fuck tech priest. Like, this guy is definitely a protector tech priest. He's just fucking nuts. Like, no one is going to argue with him. But yeah, anyway, moving on. So the other arm is part of a Sentinel chainsaw with a Cataphren kind of like clamp hands, like snippy clamp. Give him the clamps hand on the end. Moving on, the shoulder pads. I kind of wanted to keep the Stormcast shoulders, because I like the ornate edges, but it needed to be a bit more techy, so I used some Cataphren fronts just as additional armour plating for the shoulder pads. We've got the front of the Datasmith with a little computer screen, as you can see there, got some little writing on it as well. Look, you know, because he's a tech priest after all, he's got to do his calculations somehow, he's got to do his calibrations, so he's got that hanging out there. This little piece down here, for those of you eagle-eyed old hobbyists, you may recognise this part, and again, this is a part that I've had in my collection for almost, I think probably about 15 years, maybe even longer than that, because it's actually from the Inquisitor 50 54mm. Is it 54mm? It's the 50-odd-mil scale Inquisitor Eisenhorn model. It's this cool little clockwork clock that he kind of has hanging around his belt. And I just thought, do you know what? It's really cool. The key is about the right scale. The box is about the right scale. I'll give it a go. I'll use it with this tech piece, and it just looks really, really cool. And it hangs in place of where the little Sigmarite medal was. And it just looks extra techy and really cool and ornate and archaeotech-ish. So I quite like the look of that. We've got some little purity seals going on. The backpack, I was going to give him servo arms, but I didn't feel like he needed them with the Mechadendrites. The Mechadendrites are from the Scalex Guardian automatas, because you get loads of spare, and they are drilled in and secured with epoxy, so they're super strong. Like, these ain't coming out for no one unless they snap off. The backpack was a Vox backpack from a Cadian Guardsman sprue with an Admech backpack stuck over the top to add little extra dials and little other extra worky bits as well. And yeah, that was pretty much it, guys. Had to kind of put a little rock there, had to go searching around outside. Yes, I had to go outside, guys, for a little rock just to angle him up, because otherwise he would be standing kind of like off kilter, which would look really weird. But guys, just doesn't he look absolutely hench and absolutely awesome? Let me know what you think. I would absolutely love to hear your guys' opinions on this guy. I'm super happy with him. He's definitely going to be a nice centerpiece for my collection. But anyway, what else have I been up to? I finished the flyer, as you saw in the last video. I'll bring it in now. Oh my god, it nearly toppled off. So one of the silly things is about this flyer is that it's actually not a snug fit onto the flight stand. Like, this could easily fall off front ways, like, no problem. So I'm going to have to try and make that a bit more snug, but we don't need that for the time being. I also did the base as well. I need to dip that in the furniture varnish from Army Painter. So, little additions, what I made last time. One addition, actually. Let me just angle the camera down again a little bit and re-angle my light. I found an additional phosphor blaster, and I also realised that I've not painted this bit here, because that was the bit where it was glued to where it was blue tacked to the cork, but I'm going to go over that later. But in other news, I found an additional phosphor blaster, so now it does have pretty much the correct loadout for the Stratoraptor. I was very, very happy about that. Managed to glue the canopy on as well, and yeah, we got some nice washes on there. We got some nice little details. Got some little rust effects. The engines. Oh god, guys, I was particularly proud of the engines here. Very, very happy the way they turned out. And also, I've done like little decals. Decals there, decals there. We got some teeny tiny little decals right here, some little hazard ones. But guys, I was super, super happy with the way these engines turned out. They turned out super awesome, super weathered, super greasy, and then super, super heated. Yeah, that's right, guys. So we got some beautiful heat blowing effect going on here on this engine and that. And we also got a little bit of object source lighting. That was a happy accident that happened when I was actually doing the engine like interior kind of like thruster lights. And it just looks really cool. Looks like a little bit of an afterglow on the side of the aircraft, the box with wings, and yeah, guys, it turned out super good. I think I'm going to do a little bit more detailing here. Like, I might paint these strips here white, and yeah, I feel like the back of it wasn't finished very well, so I may add some more bits to this back section here at a later date. But guys, I'm super happy with this. This is definitely a reasonable substitute for the official Stratoraptor model. I was very, very happy with the way it turned out. I'd love to hear you guys what you think on how this guy turned out. Really, really good for kind of like an impulse buy when I got him. I didn't think it was going to work, but it worked out perfectly. Moving swiftly on, because I'm running out of recording time, as I always do on this channel. I'm going to have to put this flyer in a bag over there, in a box. Another little thing that I managed to pick up was this little guy here. This is one of Grimaldus's little retinue servitors, and I thought it was really cool because I thought, you know what, I've got that much stuff in my Admech army, it really needs a battle standard, so this is going to be a little battle standard bearer. I'm going to paint this up all cool and Admech like, and shave any of the Black Templar logos off, and then give it some like Admech transfers and stuff on here, and it's going to be a cool little centerpiece. I'll just count it as a vanguard or something for my army. But yeah, so you get to see that in the next episode, hopefully. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. That's been it. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to check out all the socials and the linky link in the doobly-doo down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So, see you now. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.